Yo, what is up YouTube? So today I want to talk about whether or not you should pull for the character banner featuring Inari One, or the support card banner featuring the SSR Admire Vega, which is a power card, or the SSR Stamina Sakura Chono. If this is helpful to you, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Use code MAMBO for 10% off your gamer subs. Let's get right into it. So, basically the only new content we have here is Inari One. She is a pretty cool, like, mixed turf and dirt racer, as you'll probably see in the season 2 of Cinderella Gray. Let's take a look at her unique skill. Now, to be fair, this is the animation when you get her in the gacha, but it's basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing. So she's pretty cool. Has a big... What is this? An umbrella? It's just a staff. It's a crazy staff. And she jumps off the roof and lands. Very cool, Uma. And we take a look over here, and you can see that she has both turf and dirt aptitudes, A-rated. So if you need a dirt horse, if you need a dirt Uma, then already Inari One has a lot of utility, or rather is very high value, right? Because, you know, dirt Umas are not very common, right? They're not very common. And the fact that she has Turf A2 allows her to just be played on pretty much any course that you would like. You have B mile, A medium, A long. So she's actually really easy to raise in Track Blazer 2, just because she could go for the Triple Crown. She could race a lot of races if you really think about it. Turf and dirt, A. And you have like Triple Crown, Triple Tiara, the dirt world at your fingertips. I mean, Inari One is very, very... with Track Blazer, you could put her on anything. And you have pace late on B and end closer A. So she is meant to be an end closer. We have 10% stamina, 20% power as well, which is interesting because we'll talk about her unique skill in a bit. And it seems like Inari One is very much focused on the dueling mechanic. And so we'll be able to see that over here. So if we take a look at Now We're Cruising. Now We're Cruising. When competing for the lead, if positioned in the mid-pack or further for the first half of the race, show off some Edo Spirit and greatly increase velocity. Now, this skill is kind of confusing. I was confused myself when I did my guide for the CM14 that is coming up. So, you know, I don't blame anyone for getting confused on this skill. I would certainly maybe try not to blame me. But either way, let's take a look at the preconditions. Preconditions means that these need to be satisfied in order for the game to check these conditions later on, essentially. And this is like the activation point. So preconditions, basically, it's very similar to Cheerleader King Halo. For the first half of the race, right, your Inari One needs to be in the bottom 60%. I know it says 40. I know it says 40. But you need to be in the bottom 60%. You need to be 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th in a champion's meeting. And it'll scale appropriately if you're racing a bigger field, right? And when this should activate is as soon as compete fight count is greater than 0, when basically you start something. And what does that mean? It means dueling. It means showdown, right? And so just as a refresher of dueling and its mechanic, dueling is a mechanic that was added in the first anniversary. Yes, the first anniversary, or half anniversary for global, sorry. And essentially what it is 2 or more Umamusume on the final straight, which is interesting because it's not on the last spurt phase. It's not on the last phase. It's on the final straight. Okay, so even if the late race encompasses the final straight, that's when it can occur. And it happens when you have like more than one Umamusume with similar speed. They're pretty close to each other. They have 15% at least HP left, and you're on the final straight. And once that's activated, you'll see on when you're racing, there's like a green indicator. Then both Umas, or all Umas participating in the duel, will gain target speed and acceleration. So even if you duel on the late race section, you're benefiting with the acceleration from this mechanic based on your guts stat. So whoever has the most guts essentially is going to get the most benefit out of this unique skill. Okay, and so there can be Umas that will drop out of the dueling, and this happens when their HP is drained below 5%. They'll drop out, they'll give up, but it doesn't have anything to do with like distance, which is kind of relevant for Inari One here. Basically, on top of getting the target speed and acceleration, based off her gut stat whenever she enters a duel. She's also just gonna activate her ult on the first time she does a duel, and usually there's only like one duel. I don't think I've ever seen like a final stretch where an Uma enters a duel more than once. And as soon as they do that, they'll get target speed 45. 45 is a greatly tiered speed boost, which is insane. And the acceleration here from the dueling would be able to sustain it. Would be kind of crazy. Yeah. Guts agenda, Guts deck all the way. I mean, like, in a way, sure, Guts deck, but at the same time, if you really think about it, Inari One is a character that kind of doesn't need to build Guts. And I think you can kind of see that here with stat bonuses. She has no Guts here, and she has no Guts here. And when you take a look at when you train Guts, it gives you like speed and power. So like she can get like a bunch of power benefits from it. But the thing about this is that like what I'm trying to say is she basically gives you more target speed. And so like she doesn't need to fulfill Guts. Guts doesn't improve the consistency or like the frequency of you entering duels. It's just that it'll give you these bigger bonuses. I mean, like, more acceleration to sustain this speed boost may be necessary, but essentially Inari One is a crazy dueling champion, and when you are on the final straight, she is on a duel. More likely than not, she's just gonna kind of like run away with it, right? So yeah, very, very cool Uma. Tail held high is an innate skill that she has. She also has enclosure straightaways. She has a unique, in terms of like no one else really has this heal on dirt, okay? And it's fine, right? It's okay. On the gold version, Master of the Sands, you do get a speed boost, but keep in mind that it is still very expensive. So, and it's a gold heal that only activates on dirt. So it's kind of not that great because most dirt races in the GRA or in the URA rather are kind of like mile distance tracks, and not a lot of them are medium or long distance for sure. So it's very interesting. This skill seems good, but it's not as good as at least I would have liked to see or hoped. Tail 9 though is gold skill of the tail held high, right? So activating more skills, get bigger, not bigger speed boost, but get a bigger speed boost than tail held high, and you get straightaway spurs. So she's very similar to Tamamo Cross, but she has, instead of like the backstretch velocity acceleration skill or like the modular skill that Tamamo Cross has, Inari One basically just excels and is a super duelist, essentially. She's going to get more bang for her buck on the dueling just because her unique skill is activating on that point as well. Okay. And so that's basically Inari One in a nutshell. I mean, what is she? Is she the best racer? Is she a very good parent? She's a good Oshi pick. She's a good dirt horse as well. So if you need to fill that part of your roster up in your, your PvP, then that's totally fine. You can have her as a dirt racer. But she's also very flexible. She's also sounds like she's fun to raise on Track Blazer just because she can kind of do anything she wants, right? Very, very easy to raise. Besides that, we can go over the support card banner, and this one should be pretty quick. The support card banner will feature Admire Vega and Sakura Chono. So, Admire Vega, first of all, this banner is like just a total skip. Admire Vega is a power card, and the basic utility of this card is the fact that she does provide Daring Strike as a gold skill. However, this card, while it was the only card that gave Daring Strike, it was pretty good and like decent to like consider. It is totally defunct. It is totally like outpaced. It's totally outmatched by the newer card that is Mr. CB, the Wit card. Every Umamusume could use a Wit card, and this is a very good end closer Wit card that comes with straightaway spurt in its hints, and it's very good stats. So like there's almost no reason to go for this card. You probably should have went for Mr. CB. If you didn't go for Mr. CB as an end closer main, as an end closer fan, then just get Mr. CB later on. She will get a rerun banner later, okay? So this is a pretty easy skip. Admire Vega herself as a card is kind of whatever. It's not amazing, right? The most utility you're going to get out of Admire Vega is going to be in this Daring Strike gold skill. Moving on, yeah, Sakura Chono. Oh, this is a stamina card. Now, this card isn't like horrible, It's not like amazing. You're not gonna want it like that much either. It does have medium corners as a hint. It has medium straightaways. It also has Speed Star, which is a pretty nice pace chaser velocity skill, especially for those long distance tracks where, or rather, is it long distance tracks? I believe so. Yeah, long distance tracks where you basically you've already reached your top speed. Speed Star will give you an extra speed boost later on, right? It's very good for that. And you have Spring Runner as well, which is pretty nice. So it can fill a niche. It is more of a borrow card if you need it though, because it's a stamina card. So you're only really going to do this on long distance races, and you're only going to really want this when Speed Star is relevant. It's not like amazing. It's definitely not a must pull. So overall, the banner featuring Admire Vega and Sakura Chono is a very, very easy skip. Very, very easy skip for a card banner. As far as Inari One, pull her if you like her. I think she's cool. She's going to be a very good and very frontline character in the upcoming Cinderella Grey Season 2 whenever that drops. So, I mean, if you want to get her right now or like her base form, her base version, I mean, this is the only time you can do so. So, anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and sub, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.